Warning, playing FPL is highly addictive. It may cause stress, a loss of free time, a resentment towards friends or colleagues, and a dislike to football in general. Please, FPL responsibly. When it comes to selecting your 2 FPL goalkeeper pairing, generally it comes down to 2 strategies. The first is to purchase an expensive premium goalkeeper, and then to save some of your budget, you partner him with the lowest price goalkeeper, with a view to playing the premium one every game week regardless of their fixture, a strategy commonly known as set and forget. The other strategy is to opt for 2 mid to lower priced goalkeepers who preferably have good home fixtures in alternating game weeks. This allows you to rotate them from week to week and also lowers your spending on goalkeepers to give you more money elsewhere. In today's analysis, I'm going to be discussing the first option by looking at the 5 premium goalkeepers, and I'm going to give my honest opinion on which ones I think are best to start the season with. If you've decided to go down the expensive goalkeeper route, then hopefully you can take away some further insights to help you make your own informed decision. This season, there are 5 goalkeepers that would be considered premium goalkeepers in FPL. This is simply because they are the only 5 that come with a price tag of 5.5 million or more. So assuming I was going to go down the premium goalkeeper route, here's my thoughts on how I dwindle them down to 1 through process of elimination. In his last 3 seasons, Hugo Lloris has returned almost identical point totals of 140, 143 and 144. Consistent but never spectacular. Spurs kept the 3rd best defensive record last season, and provided they can keep hold of Toby Alderweireld, they should be pretty solid again this year. Therefore, he's a decent pick and fairly reliable. For me though, I do have a few small issues starting the season with Lloris. Firstly, he had a very lengthy World Cup in his win with France, so even though keepers don't need as much rest physically, he still may be given some time off, which does add a small element of doubt to me that he'll play the opening game week. And if I'm paying 5.5 million for a keeper, I'd want assurances that he'll definitely start that opening game. I also believe that with Spurs moving stadium again this season, it could take them a few months to settle and make it their home. Of course, that's just guesswork from me, but it's certainly another variable to consider. Above all else, I just feel there's other goalkeepers at this price range that can produce more than Lloris, who hasn't saved a penalty in 3 seasons. For Thibaut Courtois, last season in the Premier League wasn't his year, but to be fair, it wasn't anyone's in that Chelsea squad, and morale seemed to be very low under manager Antonio Conte. Chelsea's new manager Sarri took Napoli to 2nd in Serie A last year, conceding only 29 goals and keeping an impressive 19 clean sheets. This could make Courtois, off the back of his Golden Glove win at the World Cup, a very appealing option at 5.5 million. However, I can only go off the information I have at this very moment, and as things stand, there's no guarantees that he'll be a Chelsea player come the start of the season. Rumours have been circulating for weeks that Real Madrid are after the Belgian goalkeeper, so until we get assurances that he's staying this season, I can't really consider him as an option right now. But if he does stay, he'll certainly be on my radar. If he leaves, however, it could see the likes of Jordan Pickford or Kasper Schmeichel potentially replace him at Chelsea, and in FPL, with both of them priced at just 5 million, they'd be absolute no-brainers surely. Liverpool's new goalkeeper, Alisson, is definitely someone I can see managers getting on board with. They kept 17 clean sheets last season, which is only 2 behind United, and they boasted the 2nd best defensive record at home, conceding just 10 goals. With Van Dijk coming in and solidifying their defence, they'll be expected to continue this good defensive form. Additionally, with new midfield signings like Fabinho and Keita, this can only further support Alisson and his clean sheet potential. In my honest opinion though, the negative with selecting Alisson is that you're then limiting yourself to only 2 outfield players from Liverpool, which could actually be a huge burden. It could mean having to avoid one of the likes of Sadio Mane, Firmino, or even Mohamed Salah at some point in the season. When you look at it this way, and given their nice opening fixtures, if Liverpool do start scoring for fun, having Alisson could actually be a hindrance rather than a positive. And that's why for me, despite him being a very good goalkeeper, he won't be in my considerations to begin the season, as it's likely that I'll want 3 outfield players from Liverpool at some point. So in my opinion, if you are looking to go down the premium goalkeeper route, there's only 2 viable options I'd go for. With Man City's Ederson, you could make the same argument that I made for Alisson, but with Man City likely rotating their players a lot more often, I can't see myself owning 3 of their outfield players at any one time. De Gea and Ederson are both great choices to start this season in the premium goalkeeper category, but to work out who I believe is perhaps the better FPL option, let's take a deeper look into their stats. Last season, David De Gea was the highest point scorer with 172, picking up 18 clean sheets. He also made an incredible 115 saves, which has now agonisingly seen him rise in price this year by 0.5 million. We all know how Mourinho likes to set up this United side, so with David De Gea, you get what you pay for. United are a defensive side, so clean sheets and saves should be aplenty again. But allow me to put a spin on things here and give you something to really think about. David De Gea managed to finish top point scorer despite not saving any penalties. This was because of his incredible save tally of 115, and on paper, this sounds fantastic. But is this a blessing, or is it actually a warning sign for next season? What I mean by this is when looking at Ederson's saves, for example, it was half at just 58. So granted, you're not going to get the save points that De Gea got. But when you're paying so much for a goalkeeper, is it really the save points you're looking for? Surely it's the guarantee of clean sheets that you want. In my mind, if United really are good defensively, then they shouldn't be facing so many shots in the first place. What I'm saying is, should De Gea have to be making this many saves? It almost seems incredible that he kept so many clean sheets, and that does seem like a big ask to replicate this season. The fact Ederson only had to make half the saves suggests that Man City are so strong offensively, they simply don't allow their opponents to have as many chances. And for this reason, this is starting to make me think that Ederson could be the best premium goalkeeper to go with this season, especially with him being 0.5 million cheaper, which you can then take and use more effectively elsewhere in your squad. Of course, that's just my opinion, and if you have the luxury to spend 6 million on De Gea, then by all means, he'll likely be right up there come the end of the season. But for a keeper facing so many shots, is it really worth tying up 6 million of your transfer budget all season for someone who only got 14 points more than Ederson in one extra appearance? So that's my take on the 5 premium goalkeepers as things stand. Like I said, possible transfer activity at Chelsea could change things, but hopefully you found this analysis helpful in deciding who you'll be going for. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned and get subscribed to FPL TV, where I'll soon be releasing a budget goalkeeper episode and looking at the best rotating goalkeeper pairs to start the season. Take care all, and FPL responsibly.